what ERP is and how it got evolved. But before we start onto that, we need to understand why we computerize our systems. The main reasons would be better visibility into the stores, which means you need inventory control, better visibility into your investments, which means costing, better visibility into your earnings, which means financial controls, better visibility into your manpower, human resources, better visibility into time, which is time to market, manufacturing and production scheduling, better visibility into the customers, which is sales and CRM, customer relationship management, better visibility into the product procurement process, purchase and supply chain management, better visibility into the design aspects, which is engineering, and better visibility into the maintenance domain. Consequences of computerization. What happens when we computerize? The handling of information is possible for more products, handling more changes in the product information, handling of more customers and changing the customers or other the installed base, and longer chains, more parties, more information enhancements for managing the chain. We'll look at how these planning systems evolved over a period of time. Like in the 1960s, there was just inventory control. The reason being that material was scarce at that time, and people needed to control the resources and plan for the resources of material. But after that, manufacturing in 1970s, MRP or material requirement planning came, where you needed to do planning and procurement both along with the inventory control, which means purchase came into picture. In 1980, one more M was added to the MRP, which was manufacturing resource planning, and that is why it was called MRP2, which was an extension of MRP to shop floor and distribution. In the mid-90s, ERP grew up, which is enterprise resource planning. What we mean by enterprise resource planning is the entire operations of enterprise, or all the departments or all the functions of enterprise are covered in the ERP. 2000 onwards, there is now a concept called ERP2, which is collaborative commerce, which deals with not only your enterprise but with the outside world, the customers as well as the suppliers. The traditional inventory control had several advantages and disadvantages. It was easy to maintain. It addressed dependent demand on BOM. Inventory planning was linked to sales order and forecast only. Purchases were made depending on these requirements. The disadvantage was that it was insensitive to changes in demand. It was insensitive to changes in the lead time. Possibility of stock out and overstocking was happening. Plans on past did not consider the future, and dependencies on other material or other products was not considered. At that time, there were island of functions. Like there were applications which address finance or customer service or manufacturing or engineering, etc. But they were island of information, and none of the data or the functions talk to each other. In MRP2, you had all planning functions integrated into the system, where bill of material, inventory, routing, business plans, sales plans, production plan, material plan, capacity plan, purchasing, shop floor, etc. were integrated. here the plan to order, the system was plan to order rather than plan to stock. In inventory control we had a system where you plan to stock the material. So now it was able to handle the changes in demand or in the requirement. Addressed all the business process from acquisition of raw material to delivery of finished products. Integrated cross-functional online information, and it was a closed loop system. However, the shortcomings were emphasis on functional integration on business process, focus on enterprise, not on value chain, and it was not integrated with finance and human HR. Now the today's challenges, what yesterday was seller's market, today it's a buyer's market. Yesterday, because of your seller's market, there was a high batch size. Today's market, you have to produce as per the demands of the customer, so there is always a low batch size. Price was driven by cost, cost was driven by price. Production capacity and automation was there. Today human resource is a factor. The focus was on the enterprise, focus was on value added chain, shorter product life cycle, liberalization and global competitive market. The other aims also needed to be controlled, like money, manpower and maintenance. Some of the business processes are like a receipt of inquiry to receipt of order to dispatch to AR, that is accounts receivable, receipts of order to planning to purchase to AP, that is accounts payable, planning to manufacturing and financial. These are the scenarios that needs to be addressed in any competition.